Yep, I am seeing it.
I got the message that says it's live streaming.
And I see it on the live stream page. So it's good.
Hello, Amber and Luke. Thank you for joining us. Just wanted to let you know that I could see you. We're glad to have you on for your program today.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Sure can.
Great.
you.
Excellent. Good afternoon, Ray. I can see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. I can see you and hear you as well.
Excellent.
And it looks like we are streaming and not having issues. So we should be able to start on time when we have a quorum.
Got to get our chairman here soon. Someone go tell Mike Bean nap time's over. There he is. He woke up.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Cindy.
Can you hear that, Sharman?
Yes, sir, I can. So far you have members Ray and Cindy on, and we also have Luke Dell and Amber Jones from Seward County Community College available already.
Perfect. The updates to Zoom aren't the friendliest to my computer. So.
The beauty of technology.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim.
Howdy, how you doing?
There he is. How you doing, Jim?
Busier than a one-armed wallpaper hanger on a shaky ladder in a high wind.
That's busy.
Yep.
Thanks for being on the call earlier today. I appreciate it.
You bet. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Here being, this is Susan Henry, and the only member who has not joined the call that intends to participate would be Mark Hess. I did receive an email from member McCulka that she will be unable to join. She has an appointment. Hello.
Thank you, Susan. We'll give Mr. Hess a minute here. All right, well, gang, we'll go ahead and get the party started, and I'll call the TEA Program and Curriculum Committee meeting to order and welcome everyone to the call. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the May 11th committee meeting. Any discussion, amendments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
This Ray, so move.
Thank you, Ray. Is there a second?
This is Cindy, second.
Thank you, Cindy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Perfect. Might just be a few of us on the call today. All right, Ms. Sharman, we'll switch our attention to program alignment for construction technology. Is that you or Ms. Roberts?
That is Crystal Roberts.
All right.
Yeah, Sharman doesn't get to do this one. So thank you, Chair Bean, and good afternoon, everyone. For program alignment, I have for your review the construction technology program that has gone through the realignment process. The program was last realigned in 2012, and it had 4 exit points with 6 common courses. Review of the construction technology alignment began in response to faculty contacting KBOR staff and requesting to discuss the need for realignment due to the changes in the National Center for Construction Education and Research curriculum. Moving forward, I will refer to them as NCCER. As with all of our alignments, the survey was sent out to our business and industry contacts that were received from the Department of Commerce, as well as the colleges offering this program. 20 businesses completed the survey, with 9 representatives attending the Business and Industry Committee meeting in March. On April 24th, we had administrators and faculty from 6 colleges, 4 businesses, and KBOR staff meet to start the realignment process. As a result, the following edits were made. First, the committee recommended to change the name of the program from carpentry/construction to construction technology to better reflect the broad career opportunities in this field. Next, the committee recommended keeping the existing 4 exit points while adjusting courses and industry certifications to meet the recent updates to NCCER curriculum. So technical certificate A would require 2 common courses, introductory craft skills and construction basics, 2 support courses, safety, OSHA 10 or 30, and concrete, and would include industry certifications, NCCER core and OSHA 10 or 30. For technical certificate B, it would require 2 additional common courses, Carpentry 1 and Carpentry 2, and link to the NCCER industry certification for general carpentry. Then technical certificate C would offer the option of 2 separate pathways to industry certifications, either NCCER advanced carpentry frame and finish or NCCER form carpentry. And no changes were made to the Associate of Applied Science degree option. So last are the recommendations regarding course changes taking place within the program. There would be a redistribution of competencies across 4 common courses. Those courses are Introductory Craft Skills, Construction Basics, Carpentry 1, and Carpentry 2. Safety OSHA 10 or 30 has moved from the common courses to support courses, and the addition of a concrete support course was due to identified business and industry need, as well as faculty committee request at the Certificate A exit point. Aligned courses will now allow for a credit hour range to provide institutional flexibility for the configuration of lecture and lab work. The proposed alignment map was issued for presidential comment from June 26th to July 14th. During that time, no comments were received that requested modifications to the proposed program realignment map. And with that, I will stand for any questions.
Thank you. Mine might be more of a curiosity question, not questioning why or disagreeing with. Can you, I don't know, maybe explain the reasoning behind the support or the OSHA 10 and 30 being a support course instead of part of the Common Core?
Sure. So this has kind of been what we've been doing with all of the program alignments. Since the OSHA course is typically offered to more than just this particular program, it allows more students to attend those classes from other programs as well, who may need that same OSHA 10 or OSHA 30 certification. So it's kind of just been the way we've been moving with those sorts of courses.
Okay.
And Chair Bean, I was just going to add to that. So in the alignment process, when we have common courses, that means the faculty sit together and they develop it. So it has to be exact. So for courses, you'll see this as we start redoing alignments. Those courses that are used in multiple programs, we're going to move those to support so that they're not having to tailor that course specifically for the program. Since it's broad and it's used in several programs, we're going to just let them use whatever they have. That's what the support course is. It's still required. They can just use whatever at their institution they have to meet that requirement.
Okay. Makes sense. Any questions from the other committee members? Sharman, if I'm correct, we do need a recommendation to approve the alignment. So
Yes, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the alignment as presented.
perfect. Do we have a second?
I'll second it, Ray.
Thank you, Ray. And I assume we're all in favor. So if someone disagrees, please say aye. All right, motion carried. Thank you very much, Ms. Roberts. All right, Ms. Chambers, it's now your show as we take a travel to our friends at Seward Community College. But Sharman, I'll let you kick us off.
Chair Bean, I'm gonna bump Sharman for a second. Would the
What?
committee like that on the consent or discussion agenda?
I'm going to recommend the consent.
I'm
Unless other-
seeing nods from everyone. All right, we'll put it on the consent agenda. Thank you.
Thank you for interrupting, Ms. Henry.
Thank you. And
right,
thank you. Thank you, Chair Bean. Seward County Community College is seeking approval today of an 18 credit hour technical certificate A in maintenance technician. Accreditation is not required for the program, and students will earn the core certification from NCCER that we just discussed, as well as OSHA. Seward County explained that the program proposal was the result of National Beef and Seaboard Foods reaching out to them to address skilled employee shortages in their industry, and the program was then developed in collaboration with these employers. The Lightcast job posting analytics from June of 2022 through June of 2023 show over 12,000 total postings advertised statewide, with a little over 4,000 that were unique. Annual median advertised salary was $41,600 annually. And removing those job postings with no education listed, 88% of the job postings indicate at least a high school diploma or equivalent. And this occupation is included in the most recent high demand occupation listing from the Kansas Department of Labor. Seward County noted that for the 2022-2024 Perkins Local Needs Assessment, it identified the need for an industrial mechanic or maintenance technology program with high demand and high wages. 3 letters of support were included from business and industry, including supports for the program, such as commitment to interviewing program graduates, providing internships, and serving on the advisory board. Liberal USD 480 also provided a letter of support. Currently, we have 2 institutions offering similar program based on the SIP, and the academic year 2021 KTIP data is included in the issue paper. Regarding collaboration, Seward County explained that the college has collaborated with other community colleges across Kansas to explore ways to address workforce and special population needs. And this program addresses these concerns by including the course curriculum for workplace ethics in the program. Seward plans to begin the program in the spring of 2024, estimating the initial cost of the program at $100,500 total, and this includes $100,000 for existing full-time faculty, and then $500 for the instructional supplies. Funding will be provided from institutional budget, and the majority of these courses are already offered, which is why there's such a low startup cost. And Hector Norris will assume responsibility for the proposed program. This program was subject to the 10-day comment period, and no formal comments were received. And we also have Amber Jones and Luke Dowell from Seward County on the line and would stand for questions.
This feels pretty straightforward to me. I definitely need it. It's high pay, high needs. I think most of the data is here. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Ray. I move we approve.
Okay, then I second.
Mike,
Mike,
he's muted.
I think he's,
Are you stuck? Oh, there you go.
there he is.
I was talking away. So if you guys are all right with that, we'll approve that and place that on the consent agenda. Hearing
Perfect.
no concerns, we'll move on to the Promise Act. Sharman, let's just combine C and D, Promise Act and Excel and CTE, and we'll make one motion on those if everyone's all right.
Sure. I would just mention that we did add on the Promise Act paper that in addition to the area that the program falls under, which is advanced manufacturing and building trades, this is specified in the legislation. I believe it might have been Member McCullough last year asked about including the criteria that the program meets in order to be considered Promise Act eligible. And as I mentioned earlier, this is on the high demand occupation list. And then concerning your Excel and CTE fees, their total is $385 that they've submitted. This includes $27 for OSHA, $78 for textbooks, and $280 for Cengage. And then you also have your similar program Excel and CTE fees attached in the packet for your comparison.
Thank you, Sharman. Any questions from the committee? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Promise Act and Excel and CTE fees for the maintenance technician Cert A program.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
All right. Well, thanks, Ray. We'll put those on the consent agenda if everyone's all right with those. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very
Sharman,
much. We appreciate it.
Thank
I appreciate you. It's a much needed program, and in my conversations with the protein plants out around you, certainly a need. So appreciate it.
We're excited to get it going.
Thank you.
Excellent.
All right, Ms. Chambers, the CA1 form update.
Yes, thank you. This is actually not an action item for the group. We wanted to just present to you a little bit about what we updated this summer. We reviewed the format and the guidance for the new program proposals this summer. And what we did is we tried to add some more examples and provide some clarification to institutions as they're working on their proposals. Of course, and again, while it's not an action item, any feedback is always welcome. What we did is we highlighted in yellow the items that were modified. So for instance, on the first page, you see the method of program delivery is added, and this is actually part of KBOR policy. So while we were going through adding some clarification and guidance, we also went through the policy just to make sure that we had included all of those pieces. I would anticipate that most programs are going to be a hybrid. Of course, you know, there are multiple courses within each one, and many of them are also offered online as well as face-to-face. And then another example of just what we provided for some additional clarification is right there below it. We provided the website to go to the national website for zip codes, as well as OneNet for the national website for the SOC codes. We were trying to write this in such a way and add things in such a way that if somebody new were taking this on, that there would be a little bit more clear guidance and a few more examples. So for instance, under different supports from business and industry, we've always requested that their letters of support include specific stated supports that the employers would be providing. You know, think what's their skin in the game? Will they provide internships or donate equipment or what have you? So we gave them a few examples of things like that to just help folks get started. And at the very end of it, for example, we always want our institutions to take all of the documents that they've created and make one PDF, which is what we share with you and what we share on the website and so forth. But we had never actually documented that's what how we would like to receive that. So in the interest of if folks moving into new positions and so forth, we thought that it might be helpful. And we received these applications from a variety of folks in institutions. Sometimes it's the vice president of academic affairs. Sometimes it's an administrative assistant role that's packaging these together. Sometimes it's the folks that do the data reporting in the KEDS database. So there's a variety of folks that use this. We would love to entertain any questions or feedback, but this was mostly an informational thing for the group, for the committee.
Sharman, I appreciate the work, and I also appreciate looking at it from the eyes of somebody who's not familiar with all of this and how to navigate and fill it out, because these aren't things you do every day. So appreciate your work. Any comments from the other committee members or?
No, I think this is going to be really helpful. And I think the data provided will be a lot better since we've got a nice framework now of expectations. And so, yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's well done. And this is something that I think we'll just continue to, refine as we go along, I would think. So, but I think it's a big step forward.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ray. When Sharman and I met earlier this week, we talked about this being a living document that morphs and adjusts to not only the personalities of the committee and the Tech Ed Authority, but the conditions and environment within the demand of certain occupations and training. So, yeah.
Yes.
All right. The last item on our agenda is our proposed committee goals for the upcoming year. If you're in your packet, it's on page 24, the very last page. For some unknown reason, the Program and Curriculum Committee has 6 goals compared to the other committees that have 1. So I just want to follow up with the group to see if there's any suggestions. Are there 2 or 3 that we want to focus on, or are we all right tackling all 6? A lot, I don't know, reading down through them, a lot of them are in the works already. So if you guys have any concerns or edits you'd like to present, certainly address those.
Well, the one I'm looking at is actually number 6. And have we done anything with that?
April or Sharman, I know we talked about that. Can you?
We have not. That is something that kind of came up, Sharman, correct me if I'm wrong, but towards the end of the school year last year. So that is something that we do need to work on. And Chair Bean, you are correct. Most of these others are underway. We finally set an apprenticeship model, so we're good to go on that. Probably could strike that from your guys' list if you wanted to. Continuing the Excel and CTE fee review, that's up to you guys if you want to look at those again, but we do that every year now. So that's also something you guys might strike. But yeah, and I think, Jim, didn't we talk about getting together to look at number 6?
Yeah, it came up late in the previous calendar year with community colleges and TEA. And at the KBOR retreat a few weeks ago, we discussed this. And so I'm pretty sure we're going to be working with the community colleges and KBOR staff to come up with some recommendations in a few months. It's been a little busy, but we are working on it.
Almost feels like it belongs in the last meeting for marketing and advocating. I mean, that's kind of what you're doing, right? Or you actually, because you're not talking about creating the customized training, right? You're promoting it and explaining that it's an available option.
Right, but also to consider how do we use that with the legislature, congressional representation, our communities in terms of resource building, because a lot of that happens to be non-credit, which is fine. It's paid by the employers, but how do we keep pushing that? As you all know, almost every meeting we have anymore, it's the fact that the employers want skills, not necessarily college credit. So how do we make sure we're doing that effectively with documenting it and finding resources for it?
Okay. Okay. I see.
And Chair Bean, the only thing that I would add is that when you sort of piece out the goal here, the best way to record participation, we do actually have something that we've used in previous years that we could sort of dust off in the data system and make available again to the community and technical colleges with really little trouble, I believe. We haven't really discussed it, I don't think, with DRP, but that portion of the goal is something that I think we can accommodate fairly easily.
All right. Thanks, Jim and Sharman and April, for your comments. I don't have any particular issue or concern with the 6 goals, but I'm certainly not the one going to be convening the groups and organizing the ladder and shelves. So,
Well, we were going to task you with that.
That's that 5% I always worry about.
No, we will do that. And just to let the committee know that we are also working on number 2. So if that is one you wanted to leave, we are using some Perkins dollars to leverage this. We are going to work with 2 instructors for welding and 2 instructors for construction and pay them a stipend to really dig into the K-12 curriculum to see what could be articulated. So you should see that later this year. So that is a goal that we will do this year. And like Jim and Sharman said, we will work with DRP, and I think I saw Cindy on the line about number 6. So those are 2 for sure we know we're working on.
All right. Any comments from the committee or concerns?
I mean, I think they're fine. It sounds like most are in work anyway, so might as well leave them if the ones doing the work are actually okay with it.
All right. Unless there's no disagreement, we'll just march on with our 6 goals for the committee. Yeah. We don't need a motion on that, do we, Sharman? All right. All right, gang. Our next committee meeting is September 14th, and our next TEA meeting is next week. So thanks everyone for joining today. And if no one disagrees, we will adjourn.
Well, Mike, the TEA meeting's not next week, it's the week after. 30.
You're right, Ray.
All right.
You're right. I'm
didn't
sorry.
Didn't want you sitting in that room all by yourself. So
Yeah. Well, I should. Yeah. Especially when I didn't smell lunch.
yeah.
All right, Ray. Thank you. Unless anyone disagrees, we'll call this meeting adjourned. And thanks everyone for joining. And thanks Amber and Luke for the work on the program today. Appreciate it. Thanks everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye-bye.